Hello, everybody.
Okay, position number 5 is Frederick, Sharon, Hill, and Brenna Harrison. Okay, Miss Harrison, if you could turn on your camera.
I'm sorry. I'm leaving the patient's room. Give me one moment.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, if both of you can raise your right hands, please. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Hill, the last payment that we received in your case was for $46, and your child support amount is a low $310 a month. So can you tell me what's going on with this?
Of course. I actually pay 2 child supports. I have 2 cases.
Mm-hmm.
So I just acknowledged that when I pay for one case, they split it up.
Right.
So that's why it's showing.
Well, but honestly, if they're splitting it, neither of these payments, even if they were doubled, would be an adequate child support payment.
Yes, ma'am. I'm making payments at the beginning of the month and at the end. So I'm doing 150, 150.
Okay, so, and is that, so I mean, are you saying for each case, or are you saying $150 towards one case and $150 towards the other case? Is that,
Prior to my acknowledgement, from that splitting up, that's when I just realized that they split it up. So I was
okay,
doing
but that,
150,
yeah,
150 for Brandon
that's,
case. That's one case. But now I have to make a adjustment to my approach to it because it was a recent acknowledgement.
okay, so, because if you have 2 children that, are entitled to support, you need to be supporting both of them. Is the child support amount in the other case similar to the 310?
No,
How much is that one?
outrageous 700 or something.
Mhm. Okay. So you should be overjoyed that you have this one for 310. So, what are you going to do to get this up? Because this isn't going to work. $150 is not going to,
Yes,
you know.
like I said, 150 at the beginning of the month and 150 at the end of the month. That was prior to my acknowledgement and of the DCSS splitting it up. So now that I know they split it
Okay.
up, yeah. So now that I know they split it up, I'm making arrangements to my approach to the payment.
Okay. So when you say your approach to the payment, are you going to pay more money?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when do you foresee getting this started?
As soon as possible. Right now, I'm down to a car accident, but I just made a payment this week as well, and I'll make some more payments most likely next week to get it down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what kind of job are you working at this point?
I'm a truck driver.
Okay, so are you independent or do you get a W-2? What kind of job is this?
Yes, W-2.
Okay, so what I want you to do is give your employer information to Attorney Carson in the chat. You can do a private chat to her, give her your employer information so that we can begin the process of an income deduction order.
An income deduction.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all planning on taking it out my check?
That's the way it's typically done, yes.
When did that start?
well, first we have to get the information from your employer, and then we contact the employer and it gets set up through them. So it's hard for me to tell you exactly when, because your employer, depending on how big they are, they may have some paperwork process that they have to go through.
So for the paperwork, I signed because I agreed to making payments on my own. I didn't agree to y'all taking it out my check.
Well, and that's fine if you are making it on your own, but you're not. So we need to move forward with an income deduction order.
Okay, can I say something?
Of course.
Yes, not to be rude or anything, but like I said, I am making payments. I just acknowledged that they split it up. I was making 150 for this case a month at the beginning, at the end. So that's what I'm just like trying to arrange right now. So like I said, next week I'll make those adjustments.
Okay, but now I just want to, clear something up. So we've been back and forth in court for how long? How many times have you been in this court?
Too many.
It's been
Too
over
many
a year.
times. So you're telling me that, you just made this acknowledgement, but the child has gone without support.
No.
Ms. Harrison, how old is this child now?
He'll be 2 in November.
2 years old, and there has been no money through this court. I can't tell you what else you've done, but there has been no money other than a check for $8 earlier this month and the $46 that we just got.
So I'm
And
making
we're already
payments.
up to $565 in arrearages.
So I'm making payments in 2 different counties, or how? I'm confused because I've been supporting, and my family been supporting, and now
Don't lie under oath, Ollie.
Okay, I mean, there's nothing really to say. You can't convince me that you've been paying support because the records speak for themselves. So I don't really want to go back and forth with that. We need to have consistent support. I'm sure
yes, I
Harrison
understand that.
needs to get to work. I'm sure you need to either, get to work or do
Yes,
something else.
ma'am.
We don't need to be here. All we need is the support. We don't have to talk about anything.
Yes, ma'am. To my understanding, the child support just got established in August, correct?
That is correct.
Okay,
But
so
you've
now,
known about your child for a long time.
yes, and that's what y'all see. I've just started making payments on the child support.
You
So y'all have
don't
that.
lie under
Y'all
oath, Ollie.
Okay, Miss Harrison, I got this. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, we've been supporting. He's been around. You can ask, I have receipts. I have
I don't know
all types of
what
things.
Mr. Hill, what?
I have receipts for support.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
You asking for support, right?
Yes, but
I
on
have
August
receipts.
1st, you knew how much your child support obligation was.
I
And
also
I'm
have
sure you knew how much your obligation was to the other child.
yes, and that's
So
the one that's
yeah,
killing me.
so when you paid this one, we take every child seriously. You should have been already paying the other one. So you
Yes.
can't tell me that, you're doing a great job of this. So
I
let's
never
just
said
move. Okay,
I'm
but
doing a
let's
great
just,
job, man.
okay, so let's just move forward because I don't want things to take a negative turn. So in moving forward, let's just go ahead and get your information to Miss Carson so that we can make sure that things go well moving forward. And I'm going to reset you for, oh goodness, let's see. I want to give okay, so let me do October the 18th is going to be the reset date.
That's what we
So
talking.
that we can make sure that we've got that information from your employer and we can start the process of getting that income deduction order set up. Okay?
Can I disagree to that?
You can disagree, but we need to move forward. Okay?
I will, yes. Yeah, I disagree.
Okay, so when are you gonna get that information into Ms. Carson?
She can send me over her email or whatever she needs.
Okay, so she's available right now in the chat. Can you just go to the chat and do a direct message to her of your employer, name, address, that information? I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Carson.
Yeah, I sent him a chat and I also sent him my email, and I would suggest that next time he put some clothes on for court.
That would be very nice. Okay, you understand?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Well, I would like to think that you did, because I don't want to see you in jail, but we'll see. Okay, thank you very much for your cooperation and have a good weekend.
So I'm making payments on my own, right?
You're going to start making payments through an income deduction order because you have not been making payments on your own. And I don't want to hear your explanation. I can only go by the records that I have. Now, if you want to begin making payments on your own, I will give you the opportunity to make those payments prior to that court hearing date on October the 18th. But just remember that in order for you to make those payments, you're going to have to take care of the obligation to your other child as well. So in order for Miss Harrison to get what she needs, then you're going to have to make a payment. And I can't tell you exactly what the other one is, but you're going to have to make a payment of over $1,000 a month. And that needs to be made current for September, and it needs to be current for October at the time that I see you on October the 18th. So that's the bargain, okay? And if we can't do that, then I definitely am going to need the income deduction order.
Understood.
Okay. And let me tell you again, that does not mark the end of our court hearing dates. After we see that you're current, then this case stays on my calendar for a few more months to ensure that you stay current. And after we see a period of time when there are satisfactory payments, then this matter can be dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Okay.
I sent him chats and I sent him an email. And just to clarify, when a case is open through the Department of Child Support Services, payments must come through an income deduction. You're not allowed to make them on your own. That may be fine for purposes of Judge Scott in this court, but it will not work with the DCSS case.
Well, and I'm not suggesting that, because that's why I'm telling him it's going to have to be over 1,000, because when he makes that payment, he can't make it directly to Miss Harrison, because then of course the other parent doesn't get anything. It's going to have to be over $1,000 so that it can split through DCS, DHS, and that way each parent gets what they're entitled to. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I understand you. Thank you.
Okay, then. Okay, you have a great weekend. Thank you, Miss
Likewise.
Harrison.
Thank you.
I'll tell you. Okay. I'm not sure if Miss Huffman appeared, but I do see Mr. Johnson. So, Mr. Johnson,
Excuse me,
if
Judge.
yes.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Miss Huffman, she called the clerk's office today and said she had a stomach virus, so she wasn't going to be appearing today.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
this is going on for too long. So, Mr. Johnson, I have a question for you. Okay, so Miss Huffman has another excuse today, and I just wanted to find out, did you want to go ahead and do the arrest? No, I'm sorry, you are on mute.
Yes.
Okay.
Move forward, because I haven't received anything, and I don't think I am without this arrest. So
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It is. I mean, I've tried to work with her and this isn't working well. So I want to make sure that the children are the first priority here. So let me just go ahead and sign off. Do you know if you have already signed an arrest warrant?
I believe so. It was
Okay.
the initial one, but I can go down to the place and sign a new one.
Oh, no, we'll check. We'll follow up and just to make sure. We'll contact you if we need another one from you, but
It's been
we'll go
signed.
ahead. It has been signed. Okay, so I just need to sign it and we can move things forward. Okay,
Hey, Judge, but she did say she made a payment today of $200, and she's able to do it online. Um, she said she made a payment today of $200. That's all I see on here.
well, that would be the largest payment ever if she did. Okay, Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna hold off for
It's
just a
not. It's
moment.
not. It's been a year and $200.
No, I believe me, I understand, but when a
I can
person
check.
makes,
Yeah.
oh, okay, let's see that.
I
When
can
check.
when a person
No.
makes a payment, it does take it out of abandonment.
Nothing would show up and probably till next Tuesday, but I can make a note and contact the court and let you know whether a payment shows up. And then you can decide
Okay,
on the warrant or not.
okay, so
So how
Mr.
this works
Johnson,
is anytime we go to court, she can make a payment of whatever amount, and then it drops it
I'm
out of
not gonna,
abandonment.
I'm not gonna say whatever amount. It has to be, something adequate. I mean, and granted, even a $200 payment is really just about half, but it is progress for her. I mean, and ultimately, I'm not trying to put parents in jail because then your case moves to state court and
That's
what I
why
don't,
that's why I signed this in October of 2023, because I had not received a payment in 3 years, and
oh, no, understand,
I
I'm
just don't want
trying
my
to,
time to continue to be wasted, because now we're prioritizing her other two children over my child, and this is a year now.
the only reason that I say that is that once we get to the next phase, then part of the child support money starts going to probation fees and
That's
court
fine,
fees.
because I'm getting nothing now. So at
Well,
this point,
I
I'm
feel
I'm
bad
very
about it
over
because
it.
if there's any money to be had, I want it to go to the child. Now I do understand what you're saying, and I know I have been seeing you. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been a year, but I just want you to be patient one more time because she's going to understand that if she didn't make that, first of all, if the payment does not show up at all for Tuesday, then the arrest order is a done deal. But I'm going to give her one more time to show up here in court, no excuses. And I just want to see if she is going to do what she needs to do. I've given her chances. I believe she's the one that keeps looking. Is
Mhm.
she the one that's in Alabama that's trying
No,
to look for
yeah,
a
that's the
job in her
story. She
field?
lives in Georgia. She's been living here for 2 years, so
Okay.
it's the willfully not paying, and she's blatantly said that she's not going to pay it. So, and then we see it with the actions.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna reset you. I'm not gonna give her a lot of rope. I'm gonna just reset you to October the 18th, and that's it. Okay, so just be patient with me. One more time. She doesn't do what she's supposed to do. Um, I'm capable of doing the arrest order because I was gonna do it today until I heard about some money. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You have a good weekend, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Okay then. Bye-bye.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.